Hey y'all, it's Allie and welcome back to my channel. There's been some confusion about my name recently. A lot of people think it's Ellie. I don't know where this is coming from, but my name is Allie. A-L-I. Glad we cleared the air there, since it's only been 3 years since I've had a YouTube channel and apparently no one has known my name. Today I am going to be doing my library haul for September. However, it was a sad month for the library haul because your girl was just so busy. So I'm going to include a few things that I checked out at the beginning of October for some readathon things happening. If you guys didn't know, I work at a library and my library checking out has been a problem in the past. I've checked out like close to over 20 items a month, which is not what I'm reading. I'm trying to control this a little bit by checking out less items because I haven't been reading the owned things on my shelf. I actually did like an owned TBR thing on my Goodreads the other day. I went through and added everything and it's like close to over 200 books, maybe closer to 300, so I know that I need to chill a little, so that's what I have been doing. I'm still sick a month later. It's all good. I'm not gonna die. That being said, let's go ahead and get into the library haul. So, you guys know I'm a big graphic novel reader, so I checked out quite a good many graphic novels this past month. One of which was I Hate Fairyland Volume 4, which I'm so sad because I learned that this was the very last volume. I was not prepared. I sped read it and then I was like, this is it? This is the end? What the heck? Apparently the creator is going to be doing a new one called like Bully Wars or something, but I just loved I Hate Fairyland so much. It's my favorite of all time and I'm so sad that it's over. I Hate Fairyland is a fantastic graphic novel series and it's completed now, so if it's something that you want to binge read, there you go. It is about Gertrude, who as a kid she is taken into Fairyland, which is every kid's dream. However, when she's there she's like, I just want to go home, and they're like, alright, well you have to complete this quest to get home, and then it's next thing you know, it's 30 years later, Gertrude is still there, but now she's just trying to cause havoc throughout Fairyland because she hates it there. So it is bloody and gory. It is not anything nice and cute. There is all kinds of like fake cussing, I guess, like cussing to the world. And there are all kinds of like pop culture references. It is hilarious. It's so much fun. Like you can't help but just be absorbed into Fairyland and all the drama and Gertrude's antics. So highly would recommend it. And I am sad that it's over, but you know, it's been a good ride. Another one I checked out is Giant Days of Volume 8. I also love Giant Days. It is also one of my favorites. They're the hair stuck to my face. Why? First world problems. So wait, what was I talking about? Giant Days is another one of my favorites, and it's so mundane because it just followed these 3 girls that are in university and they have such different personalities, but they're such good friends, and it just deals with their problems. It deals with them, their dating, it deals with them in school, it deals with what they want to do, it deals with them living together. Like, it's just so relatable and it's funny on top of that. It's like watching a great sitcom. It's like watching Friends but better because I don't really like Friends. It's like watching New Girl. It's like watching Modern Family, which I'm currently binge watching. So it's like that, but like based around like a college setting. So it's so much fun and I loves it. Another one I checked out was Saga Volume 9. And I guess technically this came out maybe at the end of September, the beginning of October. Anyone who's been on BookTube for some time, you've probably heard of Saga. It is like the king of graphic novels, I guess. It is the ultimate. I own just about all the Funko Pops. And I'm so very excited because it is one of my favorite graphic novel series. Be warned, because I did not know going into it that it is strange as shit. It is one of the strangest things I've ever read and I love it. It takes place in space on these faraway planets, and there are these 2 planets that are going against each other. It's like the horns and the wings, and it's like everyone has to take a side in this war. And basically this couple, one is a wing and one is a horn, and they have a baby and they are hunted across the universe for this baby. It also follows side characters. There's like, it's such a complex story for being told in such like a small book, in such a like a limiting format, I guess, but I love it so much, and this one was heartbreaking. I sobbed reading this one. I sobbed. I like can't believe it. I'm so upset. So if you read it and you know the feels, I feel them too. I feel them with you. It's all good. Oh, and then I got one more graphic novel. So I became slightly obsessed with Jack the Ripper recently after reading Stalking Jack the Ripper. So then I just wanted to find all the things that I could about Jack the Ripper, and someone that I worked with mentioned that there is apparently like a TV show or a movie or something based around a graphic novel about Jack the Ripper, so I ordered it. I underestimated the size of this graphic novel, because when you think graphic novels, you think, oh, that's like a, you sit down and read it in one sitting. No, you don't do that with this one. This is like, takes you all year to read. There's probably no way I'm going to get around to this anytime soon, but this is from hell, and this is apparently about Jack the Ripper and the victims and things like that, and apparently there is something based off of this. And it is a whomping book. It is massive, and the pictures are also small. Maybe one day, maybe I'll just buy a copy of this and like spend a year reading it, because I just don't think, I think it is like a collection of like stories. Like there's little segments, so maybe you can find them in like singular issues. I don't know, but this is, oh boy, I was not expecting this to come. I was like, this is just, this, I don't think it's gonna happen. Look, my arm is shaking trying to hold it. Oh my god. Going along with that, I also checked out a nonfiction. It was a really skinny nonfiction about Jack the Ripper. It's here somewhere, but my house is chaos right now as I pack and move and find a place to move. I checked out a nonfiction about Jack the Ripper, and this is just about like the different suspects that have been like considered Jack the Ripper, because I feel like so many people have like theories of their own, and I just don't know enough to have a theory of my own. So it was something, it was like a goal of mine to like research Jack the Ripper and come up with my own theory, basically, because, you know, I'm gonna solve the case hundreds of years later. I don't know. But it just seemed like an interesting read, so I could form some ideas of my own, be a little better educated on the subject since I've been so obsessed with it lately. So that's what I checked it out, because I was like, oh, this is a skinny nonfiction. I got this. I still haven't read it. Oh, I forgot. I actually checked out another graphic novel called Twisted Romance, and this is like a collection of stories. Some are graphic novels, some of them are just like 2-page stories, things like that. It's like an anthology, a graphic novel anthology about like these dark love stories. I didn't really get that far into it. I probably got a quarter of the way through it. I did think some of the stories were interesting, but a lot of them just, I didn't really care for. They were a little kind of dragged out. I might revisit it again in the future, but as of right now, like, I was okay with the stories that I read. Kind of lost interest. And then I'm going to talk about 2 more things. One is the house with the clock in its walls, or something along the lines of that. I checked this out because mostly I keep seeing these like movie previews for it, and it seems really interesting. So now I'm really intrigued, and I want to read the book before I see the movie, just because it seems like one of those things. It's like, the book of course is going to be so much more complex than the movie, but I feel like they're going to take a lot of liberties with the movie, so I want to read the book to get a better understanding before I see it. Probably gonna be disappointed, let's be honest, but yeah, it's okay. I don't really know what this is about. It just seems like it's about like this magical house. This boy goes to this magical house, and the house does things. Great at explaining things. I win the crown for explaining the things that things are about. I know things. It's probably snot on my sleeves, I'm so sorry. And then the last thing I checked out was also a nonfiction, and this was writing and selling short stories. I am trying to prep for NaNoWriMo. This has probably been the least motivated I have been at the start of NaNoWriMo, and like just in October, most of the time I spend most of October planning. I have no idea what I want to write about. I think I want to work on my short story collections, hence why I checked out this book. This has a lot of, I just skimmed it so far, but it has a lot of resources in the back about like where to send things in different like contests that go on, and it just seemed like a really good resource to just check with. It kind of had like how you can set up like It's like a what would that be, like a submission kind of thing to places and things like that. So I'm really interested. I really would love to self-publish a short story collection in the future. I love short story collections. You guys know I try to read at least one collection a month, so it'd be nice to have my own someday, or at least submit mine somewhere just to like get it out there in the world and feel validated as a writer. So but this has seemed like a really interesting book so far, so I'm really excited to get into it. Someone put a freaking hold on it at the library and I'm like, ain't no one allowed to write short stories around here but me, so you better cancel that hold. So those are all the books that I checked out in September / the beginning of October. I hope that you guys have liked this video. Let me know what you guys checked out of your libraries this past month. You guys know I love hearing about all the things that you're checking out and that you're using your library. Just check out your library and see what services they have, because so many people ask me all the time, they're like, how do you get to read all this stuff? It's the library, it's magical, check it out. You might have to pay like a yearly fee sometimes, but if you think about all the money that you were saving on the books that you were checking out, like, it has been life-changing. It has changed my book buying habits. It has changed my reading habits. So, I mean, I'm so grateful that I have the chance to even work at my library. So, hope you guys have liked this video. Don't forget to subscribe to see future library hauls from me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!